Items you see here, I'm going to try to build a flexible ramp for an RC. So what we have here, we have the white plastic, and the white plastic here is going to be flexible. So the idea is that we'll be able to set our ramp to an adjustable level. So we have these old chairs, and with the old chairs, we're going to take these legs off, plywood here, and we're going to cut this plywood and give it a base, probably about a third of the way to create our base, and then the rest will be used to be able to flex a ramp to get it either higher. That's the idea. I haven't started yet, so we'll see how this goes, and I'll put it all together and see what we got. Okay, so here's our proof of concept. So what I've done is I've taken the legs off of the chair, and I've just taped it using the as Red Green would say, the handyman's greatest weapon, duct tape. So I've just kind of taped it on there. So that'll give us our ramp. We'll build the base, and we'll be able to curve that the way that we want. Okay, so the idea on these chairs is I'm just taking that whole piece that's moving there, take that right off, take off the little rivets that are holding it in place. And then you can see on this side it's a screw holding the leg in place. So I take that screw out, and then I'll be able to take the legs out, and we'll be able to put a shorter leg in there, or potentially a longer leg, and that will give us the ability to make an adjustable ramp as opposed to just a single ramp. And this plywood here, this is what we're going to use. I'm just going to use this sheet. I'm going to cut it down, and that's what I'm going to build the base on, the first foot and a half, whatever it's going to end up being, on the plastic base at the bottom to hold the whole thing in place. And then on the other side of this, we have, I can take this apart. It's got some 2x4s in there that we can take apart and use to kind of hold the whole thing together. So we're not wasting any of this. So then I made two cuts. These are about 20 degrees, give or take. It's about a foot long, about 4 1/4 inches high. So about 20 degrees. Two I'm going to place on either side like this, and that'll provide our base. What I had to do with my 20-degree angles here, I had to actually put a piece of 2x4 in between. So I screwed the plywood into the 2x4, and then I drilled holes into the plastic to add it to the 2x4. So now it's good and sturdy. So the next thing I have to do is go over here. Is I created these basically 45-degree angles, and what I'll be doing is putting them on like so. It's kind of hard to see. 45-degree angles, and then as it bends, the bottom will be flatter, relatively flat to the ground, depending on where we are. So you get kind of a flat surface, and then we can put this on the bottom as well. So that'll be pointing to the ground when it's on the angle. So if it was up like this, see, it would point out, but that angle will shift it so it's pointing straight down. And then we'll put our dowels in, and we'll be able to do the adjustments. Okay, this is the back of our finished ramp. So we've got our 20-degree base here. This is the top. It's basically a 45-degree angle on the block, and then the bottom stuck on. You can see the holes, 2 holes on the far sides. That's where we're gonna put our pegs. On the other side. And we can see our dowels over here. So starting from this side, we've got 8-inch dowel, 9, 10, up to 18-inch. So this one here is 15 and 13. So we're missing a couple, but I took basically 4 48-inch dowels. They're, in this case, they're 7/8 of an inch. And that's because over here, that hole is about 7/8 of an inch so it jams right in there. And then the last thing we're going to do is we've got these little stoppers that you would put on the bottom of a bar stool. I'm going to put those on the bottom of our dowels, and that should help with the slippage, and we'll see what next how the thing looks. Okay, so I got the 9-inch dowel pieces. These will probably be the lowest that this ramp is going to go. So we'll just stick it in the bottom. And it's going to lean in a little bit, but just end up pretty solid. That's kind of the lowest that will go. Okay, now we got our big ones. So let's take these out and put in the big ones. Let's see what we get going on here. Make sure that we've got a good, sturdy balance. You see that goes up pretty high. I think that's about 45 degrees. I'm not sure, to be 100% honest. It's got a pretty good, it might be about a little bigger than 45. That's high as we're gonna go. And then I've got all the other dowels that are in between. So I guess the next thing to do is to head over to the park and give this thing a try. Let's see how it works with the RVs.
Woo! Woo!
Get that?
Yeah.
Did you get that too?
Yeah, I got that too.
Okay, the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my ramp here, and I've got all my dowels in here, and I can put it up in this hook I have here in the corner of my garage. So it doesn't take up too much room. I don't have a lot of room in this garage, so I can't build a big ramp with the 4x4 and have it sturdy like that. So building something that's thin like this is perfect. So then I can just take my dowels, hang those up here, throughout my ramp. Doesn't take up any space. It's perfect. So if you build a ramp like this, it takes up less space. You don't have to build all the big things. It's not as bulky. It's easier to carry around, easier to transport. If you like this video, you like what I've done here, you can give me a like, let me know in the comments. Beyond that, try to build one yourself. Maybe build something a little bit different based off of the ideas that I've kind of put together. You can probably build something bigger and better. I'm by no means a handyman, so this is kind of thrown together. Other than that, thanks for watching.